Hello! Let me tell you a little story about Volkswagen. And before my Kia days, I was a Volkswagen fanboy, and I actually placed an order for a Volkswagen ID3, and it all went very wrong, and I never got the car. Let me tell you that story. So once upon a time, I was a Volkswagen fanboy. I loved Volkswagens. Even like 20 years ago, I had an old 1985 Volkswagen Polo. And then recently, three years ago, I had a Volkswagen T4 Caravelle, a Volkswagen T5 Transporter van, a Volkswagen Crafter minibus, and an Audi A4. So I love the Volkswagen Audi group, all the VAG vehicles. And when I wanted to buy my next electric car after the Jaguar I-Pace, I wanted a Volkswagen ID3. I didn't. Kia Niro EVs, they were not my first choice, believe it or not. Because I love Volkswagens, and I had so many Volkswagens, and I was used to dealing with Volkswagen dealers whenever they needed work, and when you've got like a favorite brand, you just kind of want to stick with that. I got the Jaguar I-Pace because there was no Volkswagen electric vehicle in 2018 that would satisfy my needs when I placed the order for the Jaguar I-Pace. Even the Audi e-tron hadn't even come out, and that was going to be like, I think it was like 4 or 5 months after the I-Pace, the e-tron 55 came out. So, and I didn't want to wait that long. I was like, oh, I like Jaguars. I thought I'll get the Jaguar I-Pace. But then when I wanted to replace the Jaguar I-Pace, the Volkswagen ID3 had just come out. So I went for a test drive in one, and it was quite comfortable. The infotainment and the dashboard, it looked like a child's car, a toy car. It was rubbish, but it was comfortable and it drove okay. So I was like, I can overlook the crappy infotainment. So the deal was done. I got the trade-in price for the I-Pace, and I made the order for the Volkswagen ID3 Tour with the big battery, 77 kilowatt hour battery, I think usable, and a brilliant range. So I was like, right, that solves all my problems, because the I-Pace kind of struggled a little bit for range, even though I had 90 kilowatt hour battery. It wasn't great range because it was so inefficient. So everything was rosy, right? I was going to get a new electric Volkswagen. The dealer said, yeah, they're coming to Finland in October or November, and this was in September, or possibly August. And I was like, all right, that's great. That's only a couple months. I can wait, because COVID had just come. This is like, I think it's 2020, August 2020. So COVID had arrived that March, and because I own a travel company, all the planes were grounded, all the country's borders were closed. I had no customers, business was just totally tanked, so I had no income. So that I-Pace was 1,500 euros a month finance, and I was like, well, I need to reduce my outgoings. So the ID3 would have been like 700 a month finance, so it was like half the price of the I-Pace. So that's good. So October came and went, and I emailed the guy, and I was like, what's happening with the ID3? Is it here? He didn't reply. A couple of weeks later, I sent another email. What's happening with the ID3? Is it here? I don't think he replied to that either, but I kept sending them. And then eventually he replied, he's like, it's not entered production, and it's not going to be here till January at the earliest, possibly February. And I was like, what the hell? That would have been like 4 or 5 months wait, and you said it was coming in a couple of months maximum. And on the agreement, it said the 1st of January, like the delivery time. That's the maximum. He said it was coming before then. So I said, I can't wait that long. You know, that's another, I think it's another 3 months or something. I was like, I need to get out of this high pace finance. I need to save money already. I said, so I'm gonna have to cancel. And he's like, if you cancel, we're gonna charge you €2,000 cancellation. And I was like, say what now? You can't, the car hasn't even entered production. You can't deliver the car to me. So I'm gonna have to get something else from somewhere else. And you're gonna charge me $2,000 because you can't, because Volkswagen have screwed up, basically. I don't know what was going on with the ID3s. The software wasn't ready. They just parked them all in massive car parks. Like, there was massive delays with the ID3s when they came out. The software wasn't, it was dangerous, so they couldn't release them to the public. Even when they did release them to the public, the software still sucked. It was still, it wasn't ready. And as so many people complained about it, I dodged the bullet by not getting an ID3. I'm happy I didn't get it, because the software was abysmal. So I was like, you can't be serious. You can't, that can't be legal. You can't be charging people €2,000 for cars that you can't build. It's some sort of sick joke. So the guy wouldn't have it. He's like, he didn't give a crap. He's charging me $2,000. He's like, he took it personal, that guy, because I wanted to cancel, because he wasn't getting his commission. No, he took that real personal. It's like, right, I don't know how it works with those salesmen, but I think they get commission, and I cost him a bit of money there. He took it personal, and he wanted to screw me over as much as he could. He was a real idiot, that guy. So I said, right, okay, I'm gonna try and find a manager, someone higher up that I can plead my case to. Not that I should be pleading my case. If you can't build a car for me, it's not my fault. It's your fault. So this is where it got a bit like shady. I couldn't find any high up managers in this dealership. The dealership was K-Caara, Turku, part of the K chain, a massive chain of shops in Finland. They have all kinds of stuff, including car dealerships. So it's like a partnership with Volkswagen and this K chain. So I couldn't find anyone higher up, any contact details at that dealer, and then I couldn't find anybody higher up at like the HQ. Everybody was just hidden. You can't contact anybody or find out anybody's details. All very cloak and dagger stuff going on. And I was like, well, this sucks. Eventually, by googling some random stuff, I found some sort of like press manager. That's the only sort of manager I could find in this whole dealership chain, and it's a massive chain. So she replied. I sent this big long email saying about everything. And she replied, said, oh, okay, sorry that that's happened to you. I'll forward this to some higher up manager. And nothing came of it. Like, nobody ever contacted me. So I was like, I'm not paying that. I'm not paying that €2,000. That's wrong. This is how you treat like a loyal Volkswagen fanboy customer. You try and screw me over like this. it's wrong. Even if I wasn't a Volkswagen fanboy, even if I was just first ever time in a Volkswagen dealer, it's wrong. You can't treat people like that. Like, I'm not paying it. And then the debt collectors came. They were like, you owe this to Volkswagen. So I was gonna get like default on my credit score. I'll go to court or something. It was escalating, and I was like, what the hell? So I just had to pay it. I had no choice. I couldn't contact anybody. I couldn't like appeal the decision or anything. It was just horrible. Just like, you're paying it no matter what. And you know, bearing in mind, my business is on its arse. It's not making any money. COVID's happening. Like, I'm trying to save money by that, you know, trying to cut my bills in half or more. And they slap me with a €2,000 bill. What a heart they have. So, what in my response, right? It was pointless getting in touch with the Volkswagen or the K-Caara dealership. They didn't care. They don't give a crap. So I was like, right. I went over the road to a Kia dealership, bought a Kia e-Niro for €50,000, and now I've just bought another Kia plug-in hybrid, €50,000. I think it was about 45. Sold all my Volkswagen vans and my Audi Cabriolet. I was like, fuck you, VAG group. I'm done. I am done with you forever. That's how you treat me. You're not getting a penny from me ever again. So I've bought 2 Kias now worth €100,000 that would have been Volkswagen vehicles if they didn't piss me off so bad. I'd have bought a Volkswagen ID3, and then I would have bought like a Volkswagen ID4 after that. Nope. No ID3, no ID4. Screw you, Volkswagen. All the servicing and everything that I used to do, parts I used to buy from the dealers from all my other Volkswagen vehicles, that's all gone. And then not only that, but this K-chain owned supermarkets where I used to do my shopping, my grocery shopping. So I was like, I took it so personal, this what they done to me. Like, I hold grudges. I am not a good person to piss off, because I rarely hold grudges for life. You know. So I was like, right, I'm not even shopping in your grocery stores anymore. So I switched to Lidl and S Market, this other grocery shop. And bear in mind, like, my grocery bill, groceries are expensive in Finland, so that's probably €10,000 a year. So that's like 3 years ago this happened. So they've lost 30,000 in me shopping in the supermarkets. And then I done like a social media campaign against Volkswagen group, especially the ID cars, because I was in all the Volkswagen ID Facebook groups, and everybody that ordered their ID3s, because I thought I was getting an ID3. I didn't know all this was going to happen, and I was in all the Facebook groups, and I was like commenting and everything, and I was very excited. And I seen all the people who ordered at the same time as me. Eventually, they got their cars, and all they done was list all these problems. And this one guy said, it nearly killed me. The cruise control, like, it was snowing, and the cruise control accelerated in the snow. Rear wheel drive basically started drifting on its own, like, and it nearly flipping wiped them out. And all the software was abysmal. It was like so many problems and niggles, and oh my god, I was like, do you know what? Volkswagen done me a favor by shafting me, and me never ever getting that ID3, because it was just so unreliable and so many problems. Every day it was just people moaning about the infotainment. And since, you know, I got the Kia e-Niro, the software on the Kias is absolutely magnificent. Zero delay, it's rapid response, like super fast, zero glitches, dead reliable, dead stable. It must be like one of the best infotainments out there. Absolutely love it. And it's the same on the plug-in hybrid I've got. It's pretty much the same software, but even nicer. Like, you can't beat the Kia infotainment. So I used to, and I still do, I tell people about this on social media and all the ID groups and EV groups and everything. All I do, even now, even like the other day, a Volkswagen ID4 advert came on my Facebook wall, and I wrote all this, what happened to me, and like 50 people have liked my comment, and a few of them said, yeah, we've had very bad service from that exact dealer as well. They're trouble. And so I've got a lot of people not to buy Volkswagen ID cars. Like, I've said how bad I was treated by the dealer, and they've been like, oh no, that's terrible. And these are like people in America. They're like, right, I'm not buying a Volkswagen ID then. I'll buy something else. And so I know for a fact I've got many people to cancel their Volkswagen ID orders because of my little social media campaign. You want to screw me over, Volkswagen? I will reciprocate. So I've cost Volkswagen so much money. So as much as I could probably win if I took them to court to try and get my 2,000 euros back that they stole from me, I would probably win, but I don't have the time or the hassle or the energy to do that. But I'm quite okay now that I know that for a fact I've cost Volkswagen many hundreds of thousands in me boycotting them and their supermarkets, and making other people cancel their orders. And if I'd have got that ID3 on my channel, all my e-Niro videos, they would have been ID3 videos. You know, all the driving up and down Finland, the cold weather tests. Like that one went kind of viral, that -40 e-Niro test. Driving at -40 in the Kia e-Niro. That got like, I don't know, well over 50,000 views, that video. And I know from the comments, people have been like, well, if you can have an e-Niro there, I can definitely live with one. So I know like quite a lot of people have bought e-Niros because of me. And that would have been ID3s. People would have been buying ID3s if they'd have been that good, like the e-Niro is, and I would have praised them. But I probably wouldn't have praised them because they probably would have been crap. I'm delighted. You know, things happen for a reason. Like, I'm so happy that I went Kia, and it's so strange that, like, it happened to be that the Kia dealer was basically around the corner from the Volkswagen dealer, so that's the first one I went in. And of course I knew that the Kia e-Niros were very good, like great efficiency. I've always known that. So like when I thought about, okay, if I'm not getting an ID3, the e-Niro's second on the list that I was gonna get. But it's good. It's interesting that like Volkswagen forced my hand into Kia, and I'm Kia for life now. I flipping love Kia. I even want to go to South Korea on holiday and do a factory tour. That's how much I like Kias now. Kia. So like Volkswagen screwing me over has changed me from a Volkswagen fanboy to a Kia fanboy. And like, how stupid is that? All because that salesman was pissed off because he didn't get his commission. Very, very costly and stupid decision by that guy. He doesn't care. And I'm sure in the grand scheme of things, Volkswagen make billions. They don't care. You know, they don't care about shafting people, ripping people off. But you know, if they just keep pissing people off, look at all the Chinese EVs coming now. The new wave of EVs are coming, like the Neo, what is it, Xpeng, the BYD. All this new wave of EVs is coming. Volkswagen are going to be struggling. They're pissing off their die-hard fans like me and forcing them to buy other vehicles. They should be trying to keep their loyal customers, because the European legacy manufacturers, like, they're under attack, you know, from outside markets now, and everybody's buying Chinese EVs because they're so much cheaper. Like the MGs are now in Scandinavian markets. They used to be in the UK, and now they're spreading all over the place. Everybody's buying MGs. They're so cheap and pretty good, from what I hear. So these old legacy automakers in Europe, they should do everything they can to keep their loyal customers, not be ripping them off any chance they get. But anyway, so long, Volkswagen. I don't miss you. I'm delighted in my South Korean EVs and vehicles. Even my tractor's South Korean now. My orange tractor, Coyote. I'm so impressed. Well, that was the reason actually I bought the Kia, because my tractor's South Korean. I've owned that for like 6 years, and the engineering on that is like top drawer. And I was like, wow, the Koreans can really. It's equal to Japanese engineering, which is considered like the best. It's equal, if not a little bit better now. The Koreans are, for quality and reliability, that's where it's at. I don't know about the Chinese aren't there yet. Koreans are the best. They're the best engineering now. Anyway, that's that. Let me know if you've got any stories about dealers or car makers pissing you off so bad that you're just never buying one again. Like they treated you badly, or a vehicle's had a defect so bad and they've been like, nope, not our fault, and you've had to pay to get that defect. Like Mercedes, they're rust buckets, and like even modern Mercedes, the subframe is rusting away, and Mercedes like, not our problem. It's like, it is your problem. Like, you make everything with crap metal. I've had a few Mercedes in the past and they're rust buckets. It's just, they just use crap metal and very bad rust proofing. And there's a class action lawsuit in the US now against Mercedes cars, and these are only like 10-year-old Mercedes cars. Like, the axles are going to fall off them because of rust, and it must just be a German thing. Like, these German automakers, Volkswagen, Mercedes, I don't know about BMWs, but they're just taking the piss. They really are. So I can understand why everybody's starting to buy Korean and Chinese and Teslas, because these, you know, it's just shoddy. It's just a shoddy way to treat your customers. And yeah, anyway, that's that. Have a nice day. Bye bye.